Professor Boardway here, and I just want to talk to you a little bit about relaxation and focus techniques. I know that sometimes candidates will approach me and ask me, how can I relax, how can I focus on getting through this exam, or if you're in the profession, of course, how can I focus on the project at hand instead of getting caught up with other issues, whether they're your issues or someone else's issues. And so it's a matter of kind of taking a look at different techniques that we've used over the years that helped us get focused and get through whatever the project you're working on, whether it's an exam or the project itself. Now there's always been the three popular ones over the years, which is meditation, visualization, and affirmation. And in meditation, of course, the trick is, the concept is to stay focused on not thinking of anything, actually. So the brain is not controlling you, you're controlling the brain, so to speak. So you sit there for 20 minutes, 30 minutes a day, listen to some music if you like, and just kind of stay focused on thinking of nothing. And so that would basically be a meditation technique to where what you're doing is you're training your mind not to be distracted by other people's issues or challenges that come up in your life and so on. So the advantage of meditation, there's always different types of meditation as well. There's open eye meditation, there's sitting quietly, there's standing meditation, there's walking meditation. So you can kind of look into the different types of meditations that really work with you best, and then try to use that as far as you being in control of your thinking mind as well. There's also what is called visualization, and that basically where we visualize the ultimate outcome that we want in the situation as well. So whether that's the passing all the exams, or getting that project, that $20 million project, or a small project, either one. And so it's a matter of visualizing the outcome, the positive outcome, and trying to keep in sync, or vibe, as they say nowadays, the vibration of that outcome. Because, as you've heard before, the law of attraction and all that, it's a matter of getting in sync with the right vibration that you want to have to allow that outcome to come into you. Okay. Now, sometimes we're not light switches either, and so sometimes it's difficult to hold the vibe, so to speak. And so, you kind of stop yourself every once in a while. Okay, what am I thinking of? And so on throughout the day, and try to stay into a high vibe, as they say, a high vibration, to try to attract what you want into your life. But of course, we have our blocks as well. So it's a matter of trying to resolve the blocks, either release or transmute, as they say as well, transform the blocks into positive energy instead of negative draining energy. And so we take a look at how we're thinking throughout the day as well. So sometimes I'll put a little timer on my desk, and every 10 minutes it goes off. Okay, what am I thinking of? And so for a while there, I was trying to train myself on staying focused on what I'm thinking of and such. So there's visualization. There's also another term, it's called affirmations, and affirmations basically only work with the level of belief and vibration that you put to them as well. This took me years to understand as well, so I kept doing affirmations over and over and over again, and training my subconscious brain, to bring those things into form. But I missed the concept of applying the right level of belief to each affirmation as well. And it also always goes back to staying in the right vibration that you want to attain to achieve the goal you're after. Okay, and so it's a matter of taking a look at that. And so affirmations, they say it has to be the 3 P's: positive, personal, and present tense as well. You cannot say a negative affirmation as well. I will not ever think of that type of thing again. The subconscious does not register negative. It only registers positive. So we have to stay with positive type of statements as well, and then put a belief to that. So that always helps. So the three popular ones: meditation, affirmation, visualization, has always been around for a while. And so it's a matter of trying to take a look at those types of issues to help us. Some candidates will approach me and say, all these things are coming up at the same time. I'm having these challenges such as passing the exams or all these projects coming online, and now I'm having all these personal issues happen at the same time. What's that all about? And so of course my recommendation is, okay, well, just understand what the challenge is, why it's there, what good will come out of the challenge, that type of thing, and try to send some positive energy to that challenge as well, to try to disseminate or not make it as powerful as it seems to be. Most things in life that seem to be negative or wrong in the way we want them to be aren't so powerful after all when you go to face them, just face them head on. They disseminate usually what happens, which is what we'd like, negative draining things to do. And so we've got those types of issues. And then, there's also other techniques and theories out there as well as far as relaxation and focus. There's the Reiki with the power coming from the hands and so on. And you can send yourself energy as well, and kind of help you to stay focused and have a positive attitude and outlook on life as well. I know sometimes when things seem to happen, it's like it's all at once, and when it rains it pours and all that stuff. And so how can we end up staying focused on and thinking that it's not so bad after all, and just stay focused and energized as well. So Reiki, the power with the hands, there's level 1, 2, and 3 seminars out there and so on. You can take a look at those and perhaps kind of learn how to send energy as well. The old statement through religions is, I will pray for you. What they're really saying is, I'm going to send energy to you. And that's what we're kind of getting into now, the year 2012. And so it's a matter of, kind of thinking out of the box these days. The old techniques seem not to work. So it's a matter of kind of bringing into form some new energy and powers that, as they say, some theories are, that we've had before, eons ago, back in the days of Atlantis and Lemuria and so on. But anyway, so Reiki, you might want to think about possibly doing that, sending energy to yourself or to others to help them through their times of crises, perhaps. There's also Dr. Pearl's reconnection, and he doesn't really call it energy, as I understand it. He wants to call it more like a universal power type of thing, and it increases with distance as well, as opposed to energy increasing the closer you are type of thing. But there's different theories, different beliefs going on out there. Depends what resonates with you, as far as getting you through the challenges you have now to where you have a much smoother, happier life. Okay, and so reconnection is, there's different movements and so on, and that you can do, and you can look at Dr. Pearl's website as well for that. I think there's level 1, 2, and 3 there as well, and then you get a certificate for reconnection. But you can do it on yourself. You can do it through distance. You can do it to other people as well. So then there's another theory out there. I think it's called access consciousness, and this is where Dr. Dane and Gary is basically going through, Gary Douglas, the founder of Access Consciousness, by the way, is going through, and their main objective, as I understand it, is to remove the blocks that create the good that we should have. And so they go through a number of releasing techniques and statements and so on to help us remove the blocks so that we can get to the other side or through the gate or however you want to see it to achieve the goals that we want. So we have Access Consciousness, and you can always check into their website and check into their seminars as well if you want to try to achieve through their techniques what you want in life. And so there's Access Consciousness, and they have seminars all over the world, and you can take a look at that. And I think there's different levels and seminars you can go to. They do have the bar technique, which is, I think it's 32 points on the head, and it's a matter of activating those 32 points, like an acupressure type of thing, and activates the bars, as they call them, which channel the different types of energy and thought process and so on. So, but you can look into their website as far as more technical definitions of what they're doing as well. There's also Qigong, Master Lin. He's located up in yeah, what is that state? I think it is Minnesota, I believe. I was looking at my map here. And so he's got Spring Forest, Qigong. There's also Jeff Pramack down in Florida. Seem to be the two kind of the main leaders on the Qigong. And Qigong is movement. It's like a Tai Chi, but it's a matter of adding energy, more energy to what you're doing and so on. They have different movements, and you can take a look at that as well, Qigong. And then, of course, there's diets, which they talk about, and we need to start taking a look at as well, of course, as we get older. So, what we're eating is a function of what our outcome is as well, and our health and mental attitude and such. So, we have to kind of watch what we're eating throughout the day, and blending. If you get a 2 or 3 horsepower blender is always nice, and we're putting avocado seeds in our blender. I think it's 3.5 horsepower, and it's just everything just blends up, and then you put like cilantro and all the different types of foods and so on, based on what your issues are, maybe physically, or what you want to achieve physically. So you can look at I know Jeff Pramack has a cookbook or a recipe book out there for blending as well. So you can kind of check into that, and so. They've got the Qigong. There's Tai Chi also, moving with nature. It's kind of a soft relaxation technique as well. Sometimes most people do it outside, so they kind of move with the breeze and the trees and the waves, and so you kind of move with nature, and so you try to relax and stay focused that way in regards to your challenges in life as well. There's also another ritual theory. Practice that's called Kundalini, which I kind of enjoy, and it's kind of like a Kundalini meditation type of thing. And they go through and the first session, there's four levels, right, in the action. So the first one is you're shaking off all the negative energy and so on, and keeping your feet on the ground, but you're bouncing a lot and trying to move off all the negative energy that does attach to our bodies or our aura throughout the day. You don't realize it, but it does. And all of a sudden we're starting to feel heavy and such. So Kundalini, first level, first section of the session. It lasts about an hour, the whole thing. There's four actions. The first action is shaking. And the second action is free movement, so you're moving, to a way perhaps that your body doesn't normally move. And so you're moving and trying to get into a free form type of condition. And the third, that was number 2, and then number 3 is sit-down meditation, and you can do these for like 15-minute intervals, and so sit-down meditation to try to calm the mind. And then the fourth action is laying down meditation, and so it lasts about an hour. And actually, most people that go through this action process feel much lighter. I don't know if you ever heard anyone going through like a healing process or a release process, but they say they feel much lighter. And the reason for that, of course, is all the negative energy is pretty much off of them. And so now they can almost feel like, they can fly around the room, for example, or their voice changes, or their facial feature changes. I don't know if you've ever been to one of these seminars or workshops, but that's kind of what goes on with the releasing technique. So releasing and focusing is very, very important. Our diet's very important. Exercising is very important as well. Breathing is very important. Okay, breathing, basically, most of the time we breathe, right about here somewhere, halfway down our solar plex. And actually, if we can breathe all the way down to the bottom of the belly, it oxygenates or adds more oxygen to the bloodstream, which creates endorphins and so on, and puts us in better moods and allows us to have a higher vibration, and that type of thing as well. So, deep breathing. I mean, what do we do when we go to bed at night, just before we go to sleep? Well, we subconsciously start deep breathing. So we can try to do that in hopes of relaxing ourselves or helping us focus on the task at hand, and just kind of deep breathe and relax, and all the way down to the belly, and then release it out. Some people like to do visualization with that. You're breathing in the golden light or whatever, and then you're exhausting it out, the negative stuff, and so you breathe through your nose and you exhaust out through your mouth, and so there's different types of breathing techniques, but you might want to kind of concentrate on that just a little bit, on how you're breathing throughout the day. That's very important as well, and we want to make sure that we're breathing properly. Okay, and then of course I mentioned exercising. Exercising does create the positive endorphins and so on in the brain and oxygenates the brain. So it's good to either jog, light jog, not a real heavy one, or you can do, if it's bad weather outside, we put on the the Wii programs or the Xbox programs on the TV and jog in place or exercise with them. And of course, if you want to get your own equipment or go to the gym or whatever. But it's a matter of exercising and keeping the body alert and focused, okay, as well, and in shape. Okay, so that's important to do as well. And so it's a matter of going through and taking a look at exercising. Okay, so that's very important to do. You've got to do that if you want to stay young and younger. Okay, and then of course the way we eating, like we talked about before, fruits and vegetables, preferably organic, to where they don't have all the pesticides on them. Most of the time we'll go to farmers markets on a certain night throughout the week or weekend, and they usually are they say certified organic right across their banner there, and that's good to have as well. So it's a matter of going through and taking a look at getting good foods as well. Okay, and we don't live in a perfect world, and our bodies are not perfect yet, so we have to have supplements, as they say. So there are pills or blending drinks and so on to kind of supplement, some of the environments that we have going through. That's happening in our life today. Okay, so I hope that some of these relaxation techniques kind of help you. I do have a website at the bottom of this page, because the other practice I have is kind of healing practice and treating practice and such as well with my wife and son. So if you want to attend or purchase or look into the services that we have to offer, you're welcome to do that as well, because we do that all around the world. We do the healing services, send you energy and that type of thing as well. And then we also follow up with notes as to what we have discovered in regards to your blocks or issues. And then we'll send the notes off, and then we follow up with a Skype actually, or a phone call. And we'll talk for about an hour actually on the phone regarding your particular issues perhaps that you're working through. So I hope that this kind of helps you in regards to relaxation and techniques. And if you have any questions, just give me a call, and I'll be happy to talk with you. Thank you. Take care. Bye-bye.